new name, which I kind of dig, but coming business. But anyway, just coining that term, I guess, needs to start any time. Was out and about today doing some other things, and a lot of the gifts I gave out this year for Christmas were generating some questions over the past month and a half or so. I just thought I would take a few minutes to address those here. I have never been a fan of neck knife carry, mainly just because it's just blasted uncomfortable. I mean, I'm not going to get into the ins and outs and the validity of that carry option. I mean, I personally think it's very valid, but for me personally, I found it very uncomfortable to the point where I'd just soon not have whichever knife I would have on my neck on me at that time. In the past, I've had knives that's basically the only way you could really carry them. They were just too small to be a viable option on your belt, or in your pocket. Too big to be in your pocket, too small to be on your belt. Just better options out there for those particular methods of carry. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to address some questions here, and just by doing so, or in doing so, I'm just going to travel my line of thinking that took me to how I carry on my neck now. The reason I don't like this, it's just a thin cord. The weight of the knife, I find it annoying as all get out on the back of my neck. That's the main reason. It's just uncomfortable as a constant, even though it's a light pressure, that constant light pressure, I find it very annoying. The other is when you bend over, and I'm not going to get too violent or I'll leave the camera, but when you bend over, it's just dangling around. And if you do anything fast, it could beat you in the head, or again, overall just an annoyance. So I never went that route. And then I had an epiphany or whatnot, I don't know what you want to call it, that it might be a lot more comfortable if you give whatever strap you're using a wider footprint to bear the weight, a little bit better, just to spread it out, instead of it being a thin constant pressure, be a thick, lighter pressure. And this is what I came up with. This right here, just a generic cobra weave, basically a big bracelet, in other words. And it bears the pressure a lot better. I don't even notice it. A lot of people have asked, what is this right here, this extra line with two little cobra weave sliders. It's just to allow for some adjustion, is what the sliders are for. And then the carabiner, love the tacky color, right? Attaches right here, so when you do bend over, it holds it in place. It's not going to come up and swing and beat you in the head, or swing around and fly behind you if you jump off a log, or maneuver in any way that would make it move other than where it's supposed to be. It just keeps it secure. That's to answer that, and that's my thinking. There's about, depending on how big I make it, and it depends the brand and thickness of the cord and how stiff it is, but of all the ones I've made, they range from about a normal size that goes down to here, aside from the specialty ones that I've made, and you guys know who you are, who got those. This is about 55, 60 feet of paracord, give or take, on this multicam. Black tends to run a little bit less because it's stiffer. Desert tan, it's about the same as the black, probably even a little bit less because it's thicker and stiffer, and takes up more space per foot. So, and the line of thinking for this adjustment strap is you can keep it as tight to your body as you want, to where it doesn't go anywhere, and if you want to loosen it up, there you go, and then it's free to swing again. So I know this was rambling and probably longer than it needed to be, but anyway guys, I hope that answers some of your questions, and if you have any more, just feel free to post them below in the comments section, or hit me up via email or private message. Thanks.